What up, fridge heads? In today's video, I'm doing something you guys have been asking me to do for a long time. What's inside my fridge? So get ready for a very special episode of Alex's Tech Corner.
Newly awake, tired and lazy, the cute sounds you make while sipping your coffee.
Okay, fridgers, you guys are relentless. You keep sending me messages, DMs. One of you even found my address, you sneaky you. And you all keep asking me the exact same question. What's inside your fridge? My fridge. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly that. So without further ado, let's get started. Beautiful. We've got a slightly opened container of Concord grape jelly. We've got one little delicious jar of mustard, 2 little delicious yogurt cups, 3 Sharpies, gotta keep those cool, 5 packets of Chick-fil-A sauce, and 8 Pepsis. Okay, so clearly I'm just a normal guy. I've just got a bunch of ordinary... Shut up, fridge. I've just got a bunch of normal stuff in my fridge. But did you notice something's not right here? Yeah, you're pretty smart. I bet you picked up on this. We've got 1 jar of jelly, 1 mustard container, 2 yogurts, 3 Sharpies, 5 Chick-fil-A sauce, and 8 Pepsis. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. The first few numbers of the Fibonacci sequence.
The Fibonacci sequence is really just a sequence of numbers. So I'll start with the number 0 and 1. To get each new number in the sequence, I'll simply add the 2 previous numbers. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, and so on. We get 5, 8, 13, 21, and this continues forever. Now that's pretty cool, I guess. But what if I wanted to know the 100th number of the Fibonacci sequence? How long would that take me doing all of those additions? Or what about the 1000th number? I mean, how big of a number would that be? By the end of this video, I promise you and I will discover the 100th number, the 1000th number, and the 10,000th number of the Fibonacci sequence. Oh yeah, you better believe it. And to do it, we're gonna write a little program, and I want you to do it with me. So if I open up my computer, and this will work on any computer, doesn't matter what kind of computer you have, even a MacBook, and I'm just gonna search terminal and hit enter. I'm just gonna type in one word, Python, and the number 3, Python 3, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. And it's gonna open up a little window for you automatically, and I'll just click get, it's free, and just like that, you've got one of the most widely used programming languages installed on your computer. It's that easy. So I'm gonna close this out, and I'm gonna type in Python 3 again. In fact, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for you here. Okay, Python 3. We are now running Python on our computer. Oh, this is exciting. Here's where the fun starts. I want you to type this with me. Print, open parentheses, 35. It could be any number, and close parentheses. Hit enter. Do you see that? Python just printed 35. Okay, let's be honest, that wasn't that cool. I mean, I typed in 35 and it printed 35. Big freaking deal, right? So instead of just typing in a random number, why don't we do an addition? So I'm gonna do 40 plus 50. We have a calculator. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do a harder number that I couldn't figure out in my head. How about that plus that? Let's hit enter. Oh, I accidentally typed in a few letters in there. There it is, right? There's our answer. Now, things are getting cluttered quick. I'm gonna clear my terminal. If you're not sure what to use, Control L is usually a good bet. On Windows though, that doesn't really work. So instead, I'm gonna use Control Shift P and hit enter. And boom, everything's cleared and I have a lot more room to work with. So addition works great. What else can we do? Well, we could do subtraction, 60 minus 20, 40. We could do multiplication, 70 times 80. Okay, so with multiplication, you want to use the asterisk symbol. Okay, I'm going to hit enter on that. There's 70 times 80, 5,600. And we can also do division. So I'll do 584 divided by 67. Okay, that's going to be a weird number. Wow, okay, it was a weird number, but it worked. And as you can see, for division, we use a forward slash. We can already print the Fibonacci sequence. If I do print 0, okay, and then print 1, and then print 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3. So I am manually printing the entire Fibonacci sequence. Let me do a few more. 3 plus 5, 5 plus 8, plus 34. All right, so this totally works, but it's taking kind of forever. There's a better way to do this, a faster way to do this, but we're gonna need multiple lines of code. So there's actually a way we can do this in the terminal. Let me clear this again. If I just do print 1, I'll use a semicolon and then print 2. And I'll use another semicolon, print 3. So using the semicolon, I'm separating into different lines of code. And there it is, 1, 2, 3. Easy as pie, right? But I mean, okay, this can kind of get confusing fast. I mean, if we're doing hundreds of lines of code and we just have hundreds of semicolons, it's just one super long string of letters and characters. There's a better way to do this. Let me show you how. I'm gonna close my terminal and I'm gonna open up a text editor. On Windows, that's gonna be Notepad. I'll just do something we've already learned. Print, let's just do 5 plus, 17, okay? I'm gonna save this. Here's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna create a new folder for my Python scripts. I'll just call it Python. I'm gonna call it, well, this is eventually gonna be for the Fibonacci sequence. I'll just call it Fib, and I can save that. Cool. So let's go check it out. All right, now check out this name here, fib.txt. I don't want that txt here. I don't want it to be a text document. I want it to be a Python script. So I'm gonna replace that txt with py for Python. Hit enter, ignore the warning, just say yes. And now we have a little Python script. How do I run it? It's pretty easy. I'll just right click and choose open in terminal. Now, I'm gonna type in Python 3 and then the name of my file, fib.py. Hit enter. We just ran a Python script. Yeah, it's that freaking easy. So let me open this up again. I'm just gonna right click and I'm gonna choose open with, we'll do Notepad again, that's fine. And now I can edit this file. We'll just say print 80 minus 46. Okay, cool. I'll do file, save, and let me run that script again. So I'll just type in the same exact thing, Python 3 fib.py. And there we go. Our new script outputs 22 and 34. So it's so fast. It's so easy. We can just update the code, save it, run it again, and boom. Oh, by the way, did you see what I just did there? You don't actually have to type in Python 3 fib.py every single time. No. You can just hit the up arrow key and that'll bring up your last used command. So we could just run this thing over and over and over and over and over again, and it's awesome. Now, let's do some more interesting stuff with Python. Let's talk about variables. So I'm gonna create a variable. I'm gonna call it X. Oh, I just cringed to myself by calling it X. How about we do something more exciting? How about banana? Okay, that sounds pretty good. So your variables can be named anything. Okay, you could call it banana, you could call it fruity loop, you could call it bingly dingly dong dong. It doesn't matter. Any string of characters, pretty much. I mean, it can't start with a number, it can't have any spaces in it, but pretty much any string of characters will work. So let's do banana, and I'm just gonna set it equal to a value. So let's just do equals, I don't know, when I hear banana, for some reason I just think of the number 600. So let's roll with 600. And watch what happens when I run this code. I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna run it, nothing happens. We didn't do anything. We didn't tell it to print anything. Check this out. I can tell it to print banana. Yeah, that works. Can you believe that works? It's so dumb and easy. Check it out. 600. When I say print banana now, anytime in the code when I say print banana, it's gonna print 600. And I can change that value too. So let's say right here, I change the value of banana to be, I don't know, 43. Okay, let's see what happens here. All right, so you can see the first time we print banana, we got out 600. But then we changed the value of banana and we printed out 43. So this is all coding is. It's this simple, guys. It's so easy. It just goes top to bottom, left to right. You're used to it, man. It's so great and fun and awesome. I love it so much. Now, if we're going to print the 10,000th number of the Fibonacci sequence, remember why we're here, right? We're going to need to use variables. They're going to come in very handy later on. You'll see. But that's not all we need. So let's talk about the next concept, loops. Let's say I want to print banana 5 times. Well, one thing I could do is just type it out. 5 times. Great. Let's see if that worked. It sure did. Okay, we printed banana, the value of banana, 600, 5 different times. But look how much space that took up in our code. What if I wanted to print banana 100 times, right? Or 500 times? I mean, I could just copy and paste it. I mean, this works. I mean, check it out. Okay, that's a lot of bananas. By the way, I'm just gonna clear this terminal because it's getting pretty messy. And I'm gonna delete all of these print bananas. Okay, loops can help us with this. So the simplest kind of loop, in my opinion, would just be a for loop. For loop, F-O-R loop. Let me show you how to set one up. So all I'm gonna do is type in for. I'll just do a variable. We'll do X this time. In, let's say range of 5. So what we're saying here is for every variable X, and again, this doesn't need to be X. It could be in or I or O or poppily or fruit squash. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm just doing X so that it stays simple. But for every one of these variables inside of range 5, what is range 5? Range 5. Let me explain that real quick. Range 5, this is just a sequence of numbers, kind of like the Fibonacci sequence, except a lot shorter. So yeah, it's 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0. Okay, these are the 5 numbers inside of range 5. And we could also do, it doesn't have to be range 5, right? We could do range 10, for instance. And that would just be 1, 2, 3, 8. 4. Oh my gosh, 9, 0. Okay, there we go. So yeah, computers count from 0. It's dumb, it's stupid, it doesn't need to be that way, but they count from 0. The point is, range 5 is just a sequence of 5 numbers. So when I say for X in range 5, that's just gonna do something 5 times. So if I type in print banana, then let's run it. Boom. It's that freaking easy. It's so easy, guys. So easy. It's so easy. Go do it. Go do it right now. Okay, so it doesn't have to be 5. It could be 500. Boom. Immediately, we just got 500 bananas. You can see why this is so powerful. And we're definitely going to need this for our Fibonacci sequence. Remember, we're going to look for the 100th number, 1000th number, and 10,000th number. So for loops are going to come in very, very handy. But, you know, we're just printing banana over and over and over again. Why don't we print X? What do you think is going to happen? We just said for every X in this range, well, what is X? Let's find out. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. Look at this. When we just did print X, it printed every number in range 500. So that should be the numbers starting with 0 all the way up to 499, right? Who could have guessed? So that kind of gives you a clue into how the for loop works. Another kind of cool thing we can do with this that I think will really help meld your brain a little bit. Check this out. What if we did want to print the numbers 1 to 500 instead of 0 to 499, right? Here's how we could do that. Instead of printing X, let's just print X plus 1. Yeah. It's so dumb, guys. It's so freaking dumb. Let's do it. There we go. 1 to 500. This is all coding is. It's just like doing these dumb. Oh, it's not working exactly right. It's one number off. Okay, let me just add a +1. Okay. Yeah, it's great. And we're definitely going to use that later. We're going to abuse that later a little bit. So, honestly, we can make the Fibonacci sequence with this. So, okay. Here's our Fibonacci sequence. This is what we want to print. We need to think dynamically about this. We're going to set up 3 variables that dynamically move across the entire Fibonacci sequence. Let me show you what I mean. Got to do a little bit of arts and crafts here for this to work. Get my scissors out. Oh yeah. You guys are about to love this visualization so much. Oh my gosh, that was some of the best cutting I've ever done in my life. All right, and let me just pull these apart. Cool. So here are our variables. So we've got A, B, and C. So the way this works, we're gonna set A, clearly that's an A. We're gonna set A equal to the first number, okay? That's 0. Then we're gonna set B to the second number, that's 1. And finally C is simply gonna be A and B added together. So think about this. If A is the first number, if B is the second number, then C is automatically going to be the third number because it's just A and B added together, right? That's the Fibonacci sequence. This is where I want to begin. Why don't we set this up first? Okay, so here I am in my code. I'm just going to say A equals 0, B equals 1, and C equals A plus B. And we can do that. So let me just print each of these variables out and we can see what we're working with. And I'm going to run that code. And there we go. So we can see 0, 1, 1. Those are the first 3 numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. So let's go back to our paper and let's decide what we want to do next. So to get the next number of the Fibonacci sequence, which is 2, we need to transfer these numbers over a bit, right? One way we could do this is by just moving all 3 variables down the line. Okay, we could just go one at a time. And every time we move the variables down the line, we print out C. Okay, so remember, at the beginning, we print out A and B, and they're 0 and 1, and C, which is 1. Then from there on out, we just move them over, print C, move them over, print C, move them over, print C, and that's going to keep giving us the next numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. How could we do that, right? How could we move the numbers across like that? A simpler way of thinking about this. We need A to go into B's spot. We need B to go into C's spot. And we need C to go into A plus B again. That's all we need to do here, right? And that'll accomplish our goal. And we'll do it again. A goes to B's spot, B goes to C's spot, and then C is A plus B. And that gives us the next number in our Fibonacci sequence. So here's how we can do that. And I'll keep the paper on screen so we can visualize it together. So first, we'll move A into B spot. Okay, easy enough. A equals B. So at this point in the code, A is in B spot. Now, we need to move B into C spot. Easy enough. B equals C. So now, here's where we're at in the code. A is still in its own little spot. B is now in C's spot. And C needs to get out of here. Let's move C next. So we're going to set C to be A plus B. Okay, so now C is going to go down here. Perfect. That's it. We've done it. So let's print C again. And we should have the next number of our Fibonacci sequence. Let's run it and see what we get. Boom! 0, 1, 1, 2. So let's do it again. I'm just going to copy all of this and paste it. Okay? And I'm going to do it again. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Let's see what we get. Run this code. Oh my gosh, look at all of these numbers we're getting from the Fibonacci sequence. This is exciting. And we could keep copying and pasting all day, but we know a better way to do this, don't we? Yeah, for loops. Let's do it. So I'm gonna erase all of these duplicates, and here's what we're left with. This is what our code's looking like. So I need to trap all of this in a for loop. Super easy to do. I'll just type in for X in range. Let's start small, okay, so we can keep track of it. Let's do range 5. So one thing you need to understand about for loops is that everything inside a for loop needs to have 2 spaces in front of it. Otherwise, it will not work. So let's save this and run it and see what we get. Same exact thing, because we looped it 5 times, which is exactly what we did before. So let's do a bit of a higher number. Let's say 20. Okay, let's see what we get this time. Whoa! Okay, new numbers unlocked. Jeez Louise. So here we go. We can learn a few more numbers about the Fibonacci sequence here. 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, 20. Wow, 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 wow. So earlier in the video, I promised the 100th number, 1,000th number, and 10,000th number. You might be thinking, go on, do it already. Here's the problem. If I type in 100 here, that's not going to give us the 100th number of the Fibonacci sequence, right? Because if I type in 5, that's not going to give us the 5th number, see? See, this gives us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. It gives me the first 8 numbers. Okay, so we need to adjust our code a little bit. So first of all, let me remove all of these earlier print lines of code. And I'm going to take this last one outside of the for loop. Okay, so to do that, I'll just remove the spaces in front of it. Super easy. Now let's see what this gives us. When I run it, I get 13. So this is good. It's just giving me one number. But again, that's not the 5th number of the Fibonacci sequence. What is the 5th number of the Fibonacci sequence? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be getting a 3. And we're getting a 13. Now 13, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th number of the Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So we're off by 3. You know where I'm going with this? You're smart. I bet you do. All I'm going to do is subtract 3 from this number. Now it's going to give us the 5th number, just like I asked for. I'm going to save the code, run the code. Whoa, I don't know why it put it over in the corner there. That's kind of odd. Let me clear my terminal and just, there we go. 3. Cool. Okay, so now it's working. So whatever number I put in here, that's the number it's going to tell me. It looks a little janky, but it works. Welcome to programming. So if I want to know the 8th number of the Fibonacci sequence, 13, I'll just type in an 8. 13. Boom. Okay, so now we can do it. Let's do it. I'm excited. Let's figure this out. 100. The 100th number of the Fibonacci sequence is, wow. Okay, that is a very, very large number. It's actually kind of difficult to tell what number it is because there's no like commas. We can fix that. There's a cool little, this might be a little bit above the scope of this video, but I'll just show it to you. What the heck? You're smart. So you can do something called an F string that will print the commas in big numbers for you. It's pretty simple. So all I'm going to do is type F for F string, and then I'm going to surround my little variable C with quotation marks and curly brackets, just like that. And then I'm going to choose what type of F string to do. So there's different ways to format numbers, right? You've got date, you've got time, currency. There's all sorts of different ways you could do it. All we want is separating big numbers with commas, okay? So to do that, I'm just going to do a colon, comma. That's it. It works. Let's see. If I run the code again, there we go. So we can see this is 218 quintillion, 922 quadrillion, 995 trillion, 834 billion, 555 million, 169,026. Nice. Let's see what the 1,000th number is. Drum roll, please. Woo! That is considerably larger of a number. Wow. Okay, so it starts with a 26. I'm not even going to try and read this out. I mean, this is insane. Okay, but it does end in a 6, so it's an even number. Nice. Okay, let's do 10,000. 10,000 is going to be a little crazy. This might cook my PC. Let's find out. Oh my gosh! Look at this freaking number, dude. Wow, that is a large number. Okay, holy cow. This like covers up my entire screen at one time. Holy crap. That's pretty insane. You know how long this would have taken me to add this up? This would have taken me years. This is the power of programming, man. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Another mystery solved. Remember, kids, keep dreaming. always believe in yourself, and keep fridging. Have a nice day.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.